I specifically said to my wife, I don't remember going downhill on this one. And her response was, well, if you go downhill, you have to go uphill. Except for, we're on the wrong trail. Hey guys, it is Kevin and Toby and Lucy and Addison, and we're up on Skyline Drive. We're actually at number 24 on the Shenandoah 52. It's Fort Wyndham. It was actually an add to the treks because there was an issue with Stony Man not being dog friendly, and we needed to add a 23rd trail because Addison joins us on all the hikes, so you actually won't see a video of Stony Man from us. But we're going to take this loop around. It's about 2.9 miles. It technically is listed as number 24 on the Shenandoah 52, and it probably should be number 2. So we just put it at the end as an alternative for Stony Man. It's a pretty beautiful one. It's short, 2.9 mile loop, and it's relatively flat. I mean, there's some uphill and some downhill associated with it, but overall it's a good one. There's no water. It pretty much connects up with the Appalachian Trail. You could technically take a offshoot over to Compton's Peak West if you wanted to. There is a cabin that you can trek onto. So there's a number of options on this one, but it's definitely a good one. So we're gonna get on going and let's get at it. Okay, let's take 2. Now you'll notice there's a downhill into Hickory Hollow. We actually need to go up to the uphill to Fort Wyndham. So simple mistake on our behalf. They're literally 40 feet away from each other. So we're gonna take 2 on this one, and I'll apologize to my wife for the minor detour.
That's okay.
And
I'll figure out.
Lucy's a happy camper back there, so she's okay. Right? Okay. All right, now let's take 2. Let's try this one over again. So now we're headed to Fort Wyndham. Just gonna connect this up to the AT. It's actually more like the letter P is what we're doing. It's a loop, but part of the trail we're gonna come back on the same exact trail here. And it will be downhill on the way out. That is correct. So it is a slight uphill on the way in and downhill on the way out. So let's keep on going. This is quite the uphill. I mean, it's not bad. It's just that it's 80 degrees outside, 100% humidity because it's supposed to rain within the next hour. Which, on a side note, we do have our rain jackets. If you've been following along the Manassas Battlefield hiking series, you'll notice that every time that it's going to rain there, we don't seem to have our jackets with us. But this time we've got them. But I got to tell you right now, even if it rains, I don't think it would matter because I'm covered in sweat right now.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like, what were you saying, Toby? What, t-shirt contest level?
Yeah,
So,
I mean, it is. The women will understand. It is.
do I have a tick on me? No, that's just sweat running down my arm. That's not a tick. So, all right, well, we're going to continue up this this hill. I think we're almost to the flat point. And then the good news is the rest is downhill. So, you know, at least we've got that going for us. So we're going to keep going here. Okay, so we're coming up on the fork. So you can see my shirt is absolutely drenched. Like, what the frick is going on here? I don't think I've ever been this sweaty. Anyhow, so we are at the top. You go left or right, it's the same thing. So you're gonna essentially hit the Appalachian Trail, fall back, and then you're gonna pop back on here. So if you actually look at the sign, you got Dickey Ridge Trail, Skyline Drive, the AT, and Indian Run Springs to the right. And then if you go to the left, it's Springhouse Road and the Appalachian Trail. So you can see these trails pretty much just hit each other. So we're gonna go right, because that's the way that we typically go. About halfway up, there's Fort Wyndham Rock, which we'll stop at and see if there's anything notable there. I don't think anytime we've done this trail we've ever stopped at that. We'll hit the AT, then we're gonna loop back around, and then it's all downhill. So I think we got a little bit more uphill here, probably another quarter mile, you know, maybe another gallon of sweat, and then we'll be on our way. So let's keep on going. Spider webs. Okay, so we made it up to Fort Wyndham Rock. So you can see behind me, it's a nice rock. Although, since it's the springtime, I'm not gonna go up that because God knows there's some baby copperheads or something on those rocks. They tend to hang out on the rocks in the park anyway. So we're just gonna take some footage of it and pop back onto the trail. We're about halfway up to the AT, and it's a beautiful rock. I bet you there's some pretty good views up top on it, but not today.
You need
Not
any more poison ivy.
today. No poison ivy, no venomous snakes, none of that stuff. We're gonna just have a relaxing Sunday stroll in a little bit of sweat. You know, I've been playing for the most part on this trek. Is it a bead of sweat running down my arm or a tick that's latched onto me? So far, we have no ticks, so we'll keep going here.
Baby arm goes slow motion toward your backpack to touch it. You can touch his backpack? Go ahead. What's on there?
So are you trying to grab the things on my backpack?
See?
I can't really see.
Oh, she's grabbing your zippers.
Oh, look at that. Trying to open it up and get to the first aid pack. Okay, so we've come to a four-way stop here. We're actually, once you get to this four-way stop, you're gonna go that way. You're making a right. So we're gonna head back down, but from here you can get to the park boundary, US Route 522. I believe that's probably down south, down the end of the boundary there. Dickey Ridge and Fort Wyndham Rock is back that way. And then if you want to go to Compton's Peak, you would actually go that way. So you could add on probably about 2 miles and get to Compton Peaks West from this exact spot. But we're not gonna do that today since it's Sunday. And I think it's like 4 in the afternoon, so we want to get back to Northern Virginia. So we're gonna head back and loop back around, but it's all downhill from here. So let's keep on going. So once you go down about a 1/4 mile, you're gonna have to make a right. You can see I'm looking at my phone right now to make sure this is right, because the road that is the Appalachian Trail, which I really would like to go on, is nice and wide and clear and easy to sort of access. And the road that we really need to go on is covered and overgrown and everything like that. So we did this one a couple of times, once in the winter, which was very pleasant. It was a little cool out. And now in the summertime, there's, you know, just some grassy flora on it. So we'll just keep on trucking along. You know, it's funny, as I say, it's all downhill from here, but somehow we've managed to now continue to go gradual uphill, and now we're going uphill again. So this trek seems to be like it's just a continual amount of uphill trekking. So I didn't remember this as the case, but here we are. Okay, and we are back where we started on the fork. So this is going to take us directly back down. Okay, quick battery change there, and so we tripped down the trail here. So we're headed back to the parking lot to I believe it's Lands Run Falls parking lot. If you actually don't go across Skyline Drive when you park and go to the right, you go down to the falls. There's, you know, probably a dozen parking spots in that lot. So we go across the way, not down Hickory Ridge, because that will take you in a different direction. And so now we're just trekking down the hill, and literally it is all downhill from here. So let's keep going. And just like that, we are back at Skyline Drive. So this was Fort Wyndham. It is 2.9 miles. It is a loop. You park at the Lands Run parking lot. Make sure that you take the right trail. And it's a pretty good one. There is no water on this one, but there's some great scenery. and it's a worthy loop around. And I would recommend going in the wintertime if you want to check out Wyndham Rock and take a look at that. That looks like that's something you can climb on, and it would be pretty neat. So with that, we'll see you on the next hike.